Where are you from?
Okay, so originally I was born in Chicago, but I moved to Georgia when I was like 12 years old, 12, 13. And this is my home, so like Georgia.
Okay. And what was your early life in Chicago like?
My early life, I mean, I remember just being around my family a lot, like very family oriented. All my family is out in Chicago, so I definitely grew around. I got a lot of boy cousins, so I grew around them and my brothers. So definitely tomboyish lifestyle for sure.
Okay. And so you've been a tomboy since you were like young?
Yeah, like wrestling with them, like playing sports with them. Yeah, all my life.
What sports did you play?
So the very first sport I played was basketball, and then I played football, and then after that it was like basketball and cross country, track. So yeah.
You played tackle football?
Tackle football, yeah.
Okay.
I was the only girl on the team.
What was that like?
It was actually really fun, but I can say when I first got there, people was thinking that like I was gonna be ass, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm short still, but like I was really little, only imagine. So yeah, they thought I was gonna be ass, but I was running back in safety, and I was pretty good. I can't even lie.
Okay. And so, do you come from an artistic family?
I definitely feel like my family is artistic. Like my grandmother, she is a great journalist. Like she know how to sew. Like she definitely into fashion, photography. My grandfather always had a camera with him. My mom, she's a cosmetologist, so she do a little bit of everything. My brothers, they do music, so yeah, definitely.
And so you moved to Atlanta at 12. You say 12?
Yeah.
What was your experience like in Atlanta, like when you first arrived?
When I first came here, it was definitely different, but for one, I love the weather out here. I can't even lie. Like, it's definitely warmer, and I hate the cold, so that was one of the pros of being here. And I say, like, the people, I feel like Georgia, someone has the southern hospitality, but when I got older, I started to realize, like, sometimes these niggas could be a little bougie out here. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I love Atlanta. Like, it's a lot of networking that you can do. It's a lot of things that you can do out in Atlanta. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Were you making like art as a kid?
I was definitely drawing when I was younger. And I was into music a lot, so I wanted to be a singer originally, and then I kind of like grew out of that when life started to happen. So I say, yeah, I've always kind of been like artistic.
So were you singing as a kid? Like you were?
Yeah.
Were you recording?
Sure. I wasn't recording, but I would definitely sing like with my little brothers and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna get into it eventually, but right now it's like more on my photography. I'm more focused on that right now.
Okay. And at what point did you decide to pick up a camera?
So I've been shooting for about a year and a half now, but before I actually got a camera, I was shooting on my phone, and I was doing it for like peace of mind, just taking pictures of like landscapes. Definitely, I love nature, so I was always outdoors doing that. And then I got into taking pictures for like my friends and stuff. And they encouraged me to, my family and my friends encouraged me to actually pursue photography. And I was like, you know what? Like, I actually love taking pictures of people. Like, you can capture their beauty even when they can't see it. And then when you show them, it's like, damn, like, I didn't even know I looked like that. Like, so yeah.
What made you get interested in capturing people's beauty?
Well, I feel like I got an eye for just like seeing things. Everything to me has beauty in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can take a picture of something that looks rugged and make it look nice, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it came to people, it really had to do with people asking me to take pictures of them, and then I'm taking the pictures, I'm really getting the angles and stuff, and then they're like, yo, like, you the only person that can take my pictures. So like that encouraged me to be like, okay, I want to take pictures for people and actually do this. And when I started doing it, it was like, yeah, I really like it. I really like seeing a smile on people's face when they see the pictures of them and they like, yeah, I fucks with this.
Yeah. What was one of the biggest challenges that you've had in your photography career?
I would say, since I'm like fairly new to it, one of the biggest challenges I've had is actually like getting into the discipline for myself. Like, cause now it's me doing it for other people, not just my peace of mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love doing it. I love photography. It's like you actually on other people's time now. So I've definitely been getting better at putting my work out there for other people, or like getting their pictures to them on time, even if I don't post it on my page. So I feel like that's been like the biggest challenge for me, like actually posting my content for myself, and then just like the time management. But it's definitely gotten like better in the past. I say in the past probably like 4 to 5 months, it's definitely gotten better.
Would you say that you're an introvert or an extrovert?
You know what? I feel like I'm low-key in between, and there's a word for that. But I feel like I'm low-key in between, because I can go out and be very outgoing and like, but for like when it comes to my business, I can network and talk to people with no problem. But I'm not necessarily the type of person that want to be around a lot of people. Like, I would definitely rather be to myself. Like, for me personally, my goal in life is I want to be able to put people on, but like be in the back end of it. Like, I'd rather be rich than famous. It's really it. The Migos was on to something, for real.
No, that's facts. And so what is your what is your hesitancy about like being famous?
Really, I'm not big on wanting to be in the spotlight. Like, it's cool for people to know who I am and what I do, but I like being behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? Like, I prefer to be the person that I can talk to you in person, but you don't necessarily have to know who I am on like social media, you know what I'm saying? But I know now like where I'm at is gonna be like that. Like, you have to put yourself out there. That's the world we living in. Like, you have to use social media for people to really know who you are, unless all you doing is going outside and meeting people. But eventually when I get to that point where I don't really have to like necessarily be in the mix to make my money or do the things that I love, like that's really what I'm looking forward to.
And so at that point, like, what are you going to be doing? Like, what do you envision yourself doing? You don't have to be in the mix.
Well, I envision myself like still doing my photography, but also having my brand and just having people that are just as ambitious as me and wanting to put certain things out there, like when it comes to just taking pictures. Or I also want to be like a personal trainer. So when it comes to that, although I have to meet people, I don't necessarily have to be on social media to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just meet people and not have to worry about necessarily like putting content out there to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? So my overall goal is to be able to live that life without having to worry about all the extras that comes with social media.
Has your photography career caused any challenges in your personal life?
I've definitely lost some friends over just like not being as available. You know what I'm saying? So recently I did lose a friend this year because I guess she felt like I wasn't like checking on her enough. But I like to surround myself with people that are just as busy as me. So when we do connect, it's all love. Like we know that it's all love. Because if you doing something in your life, you're not gonna always have time to, be on the phone on FaceTime or be on the phone for hours. Like I be trying to make sure I call my family at least once a week for real. Like it really be like that.
So did the communication break down, or like what happened?
I say the communication was, I would check on her, but I guess it wasn't as much as I should, or not as much I should, as much as she wanted me to, because I feel like when I have the time, I'm gonna make sure I check in with my people. But if you're understanding that, I'm busy, I'm gonna be understanding that you're busy, and I'm not gonna take it personal. You know what I'm saying? So if you doing something in your life, I'm gonna be supportive of it, and know that this still my girl, this still my bro. Like I don't have to talk to you every day for you to know that I still got love for you, I care for you, I'm supporting you. I feel like it's not realistic when you really doing something in your life.
How important is it to cultivate like that sort of circle of ambitious people?
I feel like it's very important, because the people that you surround yourself around, they're a reflection of who you are. Like if you surround yourself around a bunch of people that ain't doing shit, more than likely you ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you surrounding yourself around people that's focused on you're like, mentally you're gonna have to get on what it is that you want to get on. Like you're gonna become focused in your craft, you're gonna become focused, and like if you watching a whole bunch of people work and you sitting there, I would be uncomfortable. Like I feel like I'm gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna make me get up and do something with my life. So yeah, it's very important to surround yourself around people that have the same ambition or aspirations in life as you.
How do you keep the faith how do you keep going when you face challenges in your career?
I say that I really try my best to stay positive. Like I meditate on a daily basis and just trying to make sure that I'm in a good mind space or headspace. Like I don't like to worry about a lot of the stuff that may be going wrong in my life. I focus on the things that's going right, because when it be one thing going right in your life and 99 other things going wrong, but if you focus on that one thing that's going right, the rest of that shit is going to start to maneuver its way and become something positive. It's going to start to work out for you. So I just say keeping a positive mindset even when you're going through hard times. Like just staying positive, having faith that the universe got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you mentioned the universe. Are you a religious person, a spiritual person?
I'm not really religious. I'm definitely more of a spiritual person. Yeah.
And what made you make that decision?
Well, shit, just knowing a lot of things that go on in the world just didn't seem right. And then the religions that I did or I was involved in at a point in my life, it taught me, like, I just realized, like, nah, like this don't feel right and it don't sound right to me. So when I started thinking about other possibilities and then researching other possibilities, I was like, okay, I'm basing this off of my life experience, not just what anybody else is telling me or what I'm reading, but off of my life experiences and putting pieces together and like, okay, yeah, this sound about right, like, and this feels right to me. So I feel like it definitely started with me being introduced to religions and then saying like, nah, this is not for me. But I don't knock nobody's religion, because I feel like whatever you adhere to that makes you a better person, go for it. But it just wasn't for me.
Do you have a favorite photographer or a photographer that you were just like super inspired by?
You know what? I'm honestly inspired by my peers. Like Mike Nasty is one of them. Shout out to him. Fair's legendary King with the videography. Braxton. I feel like those are definitely some people I look at their pictures and their videos and I'm like, oh yeah, these niggas hard. Like I want to make sure that like I get to the point where I can be just as comfortable with my work and get to a point where I feel like this is what I want people to see, like, and have my own style when it comes to photography, because there's so many different styles out there, but I feel like those people right there are the main ones that have shown me things I'm like, okay, yeah, I can definitely tap into this more, or I can work on my editing a little bit more. And then like certain tools that they use, they've definitely put me on to different softwares and stuff like that. So those would be my main ones.
That's crazy that you mentioned that because there's this style that I really love now. Do you know, you probably seen it, where they elongate the arms and the legs?
Yeah.
What is that called?
You know what, I don't know what it's called, but I've definitely seen that. I've seen people posting pictures like that.
It's one person that's shooting that, but it's the legs that he makes really long. Or she, I don't know if it's a he or she.
I'm trying to I don't know what that's called though.
I'm gonna look for the tag. I gotta send it to you.
Yeah, look for that. You gotta tell me what that's called. Because I've seen that.
If you could travel anywhere in the world and take pictures, where would you go?
You know, one place I really want to go is Dubai.
Facts.
I really want to go to Dubai. I feel like, yeah, like riding on some camels' backs, like taking pictures of the city life. That's how I want to go to Dubai for sure.
Okay. What's your biggest aspiration with your photography?
My biggest aspiration, I would say, I would say the many different styles that are out there, and that you can make photography really your own. Like you can do so many different things when it comes to taking pictures and capturing like photos and stuff like that. I feel like that's what keeps me like on my toes and wanting to continue to pursue it, because you can have your own style and then people fuck with that. Like you don't have to necessarily be the same as any other photographer, and there's thousands of photographers out there. So it's like I feel like definitely the different styles is my aspiration, and the different angles that you can get while taking pictures and videos.
So you've hinted on like making videos off camera, and I believe earlier on in the interview. Is that something that you want to transition to?
Definitely. I definitely want to be a videographer and get into more of the editing. I kind of started off doing it, but I haven't been promoting it because it's been more like a practice thing for me. Before I like actually make some videos for some people, I've been like doing my own personal videos and then like editing them and seeing how I like how they come out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm a real perfectionist when it comes to it, so I want to get better with the time, the time that it takes me to do it, and then like the different transitions and editing part of it.
Wait, so are you just like taking songs from the radio, or like what music are you doing it to? So
I've used some of the music that my brothers have made, yeah, and then I've used stuff like off of like YouTube. Like downloading the music off of YouTube and putting it behind a video.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Young filmmaker.
Look, you know, you getting there. But I also want to be a DP. DP is really what I want to go for. Because, which is director of photography, if y'all didn't know. One of how I even figured out that's what I wanted to do is when I went on this film called Mafietta. And this dude, I'm trying to think his name. I can't even think his name right now. Forgive me, but I know his Instagram. It's like You Like My Photos. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. But just watching him behind the camera and him like showing me little things on the camera, on his cinema camera, it definitely prompted me to be like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Because like you co-directing as well. So I definitely want to get into the DP work.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. You get me excited. All right. So for someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
I would definitely say be confident in your work, be confident in your craft, and have faith that, you know, everything is going to lay out as it should for you. Like, don't be scared to post content. Don't be scared to, like, do what it is that you love. Don't doubt yourself, and just keep going. Keep going.